everyone, welcome back to Imperfectly Perfect Girl, and this is part 3.1 of the series Life Experiences from Mumbai to Sydney. And if you haven't watched part 1 to 3, please go ahead and watch it so this video makes more sense. And this is 3.1 Jobs and Salaries. Just continuing from the last video, starting back again from 2021 where I had last left it. So I got the job in January 21. It was a series of interviews, a few rounds of interviews, but I did get it. At that point, I was delighted, too excited, happy, because I finally got the job after a long gap. And that was the start of my career in this beautiful country. So definitely there was training. It was all new to me as it was asset finance and not banking. It was something new to learn. And it took me a while, but I successfully completed the 6 months of probation. Thereafter, everything seemed a bit hard, but also it didn't take actually any time for me to learn. So it was all quick and easy. I proceeded so well, and then there came a point of time where I interacted with lenders, so banks, and there was one side, so it was a broker firm, so there was brokers on the one side and there was banks on the other, and the end users was the customer or the clients. So the brokers would go out and meet the clients and take all their information, take their requirements and apply for the loan. And I played the role of an administration operations specialist where I would do all the entry into the computer or into the lender's portal and work from the time of application to the time of settlement. It was a very interesting role and I really enjoyed working a lot. And only until then, where a year, maybe a year and a half passed, and I wanted to work directly with the lender. That's when only I thought about changing my job, looking for a new role. So looking back at this topic, is there work-life balance? For me, yes, it was there, because I didn't have a job before, and here I had a job which obviously didn't have to let me go into office. That's only after 6 months. The initial was training, but after 6 months I worked from home, or probably till I can remember, it was when COVID struck, it was totally work from home. But then we started going, but it was 2 days at home and 3 days office. So I was definitely happy with this kind of setup. Actually, I was more excited for the work from home, the total work from home, but then we had to go back. And when it comes to work-life balance, it was again 5 days, obviously Saturday, Sunday holiday. But then the distance, the travel to the commute to the office was a lot. It was definitely like 3 hours, and with the trains and the way they go, or the way they actually operate, it takes even more than 3 hours. So when you think of those points, really there's no work from home balance. There's no even proper sleep or food involved. But for someone who's staying near to the city, yes, definitely there is going to be a lot of work from home balance, because they can come in and then go to the gym or go out, meet friends, take a walk outside. But for me, it was leaving work at 5:30, taking the train and back only by 7:30, having a quick shower, dinner and go to bed. And even that too, it's like just eating and sleeping, which is definitely not good for health. And then again waking up the next day early morning to take the train and then reaching to office at 8:30. All this seemed very hectic. And for me, there was no work-life balance at all. It was just too much, and that's why I was looking for another role closer to home. That's not the only point when it comes to work, but only about work-life balance. But there are so many points. How are the people here? Are they different from India or different from any other country? Yes, they are different when it comes to the office culture. There is no micromanagement. People are definitely more helpful, more nice. I didn't face any racism or anything of that sort in my office. They were all really nice. At least on the face, they were all really good. It was a mix of Australians and Indians, so definitely I didn't feel anything. Not sure after me what was spoken, but yeah, before me everyone was nice. But definitely I was looking for a switch, and therefore I resigned from the job in 22 and took a trip to India, and in 23 started my search again, and this time I wanted to work with a lender. So there I go. I applied for the job and got the role in with a lender. So that's like a second tier lender, not the big four banks, but a lender who directly process applications which came from their own brokers. And it was definitely a lovely experience. At the start, because I didn't have the same role, it was a different role. It was more of a client services role where I dealt with the client on phone, email, and it didn't have anything to do with the loan processing, but it was more post settlement, post after the loan, post everything could actually be done. So it was not the role which I previously worked, which was pre-settlement role. And this was definitely different. Again, 6 months of probation was a breeze. I enjoyed it. But then I came after new tasks, new responsibilities, which I enjoyed even more. And I had a lovely team. So in my previous job, or my first job, I had a lovely team as well. Very supportive, at least on the face. Everyone was very supportive, very kind, and always asking me or wanting me to learn more. And in my next job too, I had a lovely team. No brown people or very less brown people, but really helpful. Really helpful, really nice. Some of them are good friends too till now. But not everyone, unfortunately. Not everyone can be your friend. And you don't go to make friends at work, do you? No. There came a point where my team lead or manager asked me to move, or what do you want to do ahead? Like we had a discussion, not really move, but want me to grow. And I just thought of moving to another team. And that's when I applied and got the role in another team. So definitely I was pretty excited to look forward to a new role after nearly 2 years of being in the organization. A welcome change, right? And this was something which I did previously in my previous job. I knew everything. Had the experience. Only I didn't work with the lender. I worked with the broker firm, but I definitely knew what was coming in front of me or what I should expect. I was totally excited. Again, there was training, and there were people to help. They were good. They were helpful. Learned. Took time to learn, and there it goes. And also would like to share more things, but at this point would like you to think, do you have the work-life balance? Is it there, or are you happy with 5 days in office, 3 days in office? How is it going for you? Would like to know. And how do you think the people are here? How do you think your colleagues are? How do they behave with you? What is their behavior? How are they? I haven't found any bad sort of anything wrong or anything bad. Definitely better than Mumbai. That's talking about my previous experience in Mumbai. Definitely more, I don't know, more interested to work here. Would like to know more about your experiences as I share my journey. Still forward, and like to talk about so many topics at the workplace, which makes so much sense. You never really think about these topics, but these definitely stand out when interacting with your superiors, with the management, or with the HR team. And definitely so much to share, or maybe of experiences I would like everyone to know. Also would like you to share your experiences about your job, about your office culture, the people, the work atmosphere. How is it all going for you? So till then, we'll meet you in the next video and we'll share more about my job experience. Thank you. Bye.